The next speaker is Neda Razavi. She has been at the cutting edge of women's health, technology, and innovation. And we will be hearing about how we will be solving problems when robotics meets human health. Neda, over to you.
Hello, everyone. Let me tell you a story. This is Anita. She's 50 years old. She's a good friend of mine for the past 20 years. She's a mother of 3 kids and my dearest friend. Like 84 million American women, she was going through her normal mammography screening, and the doctor said, well, you have dense breasts. Dense breasts, she asked. What is that? Well, mammo doesn't detect what you have inside your breast. That's for 48% of American women. She went back. She went back for additional checkup. She went back for ultrasound, and ultrasound said, well, you have something more to detect more. Then she went back for another mammo, diagnostic mammo. She went back again for MRI and diagnostic ultrasound. Then she did biopsy. Then she went back and back and back. And finally, the decision was that she did have cancer and she had to go through all the diagnostic and everything. And this is the story of so many women that are going through that every day. And the diagnostic system here right now put the woman back and forth in so many areas. Every year, 320,000 women in the US alone are diagnosed with breast cancer. 44,000 of them die. And because they die, because a lot of time these cancers are diagnosed very late, in later stages. The problem is a deeper problem. The 40% of women, they don't even properly screen. Especially in low and middle income countries, this number is going down to 80%, which is not even acceptable. We spend billions of dollars to making healthcare smarter, but we don't make it simpler. And cancer is often caught very late in the game. A brief history of innovation. If you look into when X-ray was discovered by Wilhelm Röntgen in 1895, it took 60 years for mammography X-ray machines to become the standard of care for screening. And in 1950s, the first ultrasound was introduced for breast cancer examination. And it took another 60 years for breast ultrasound to become automated in the market. What needs to happen is we are living in the age of era and robotics of miniaturization, and where we can change how things are done. Yet most common cancers among women are still screened through a technology that are century old, even older than your television. The gap isn't technical. This gap is philosophical. There should be innovation where we can fix this. It's an old technology out there. The turning point for iSono was we asked a simple question. We asked a radical question: what if the breast imaging could meet women everywhere they are, however they are, without them needing to take time off? How if women can go from their workplace to take a breast scan? How if they don't need to go to a radiology center? How if they live so far off in a remote area? What if ultrasound images did better than what they're doing right now? What if ultrasound looked like MRI? What if a physician could read them? With that, we came up with iSono Zatusa, which is like a bra, and the bra is a plastic wearable. Put the bra on, in 2 minutes, it scans the breast. It can sit in a backpack, and it requires no sonographer, and it scans the breast in 3D, and it's cloud-based. You don't need a radiologist around, and the images are sent to the radiologist. And on top of that, we layer AI platform. Until our AI gets FDA cleared, right now our product is revenue positive, as in on market. Until our AI gets FDA cleared, we offer pre-annotation and AI layer on top of human-assisted AI on top of our images. So it's easier for people that don't have breast radiologists around to read these images. The most important part is cancers that are found by ultrasound are usually the most invasive cancers. That's why it's really important to have ultrasound close by and increase access. If every clinic had access to ultrasound, as simple as blood pressure cuff, we will reduce the latest stage diagnosis by 30% based on some larger studies. Imagine a world where a woman that lives in Lagos or Mumbai or even in rural Montana could have the same quality imaging as a woman living in Silicon Valley. This is not charity. This is engineering quality. Our goal is to reach 10 million women by 2028. That is 10 million lives saved and 10 million opportunity and 10 million families, mothers, sisters, and wives saved. The bigger picture isn't about just breast imaging. For us, it's about redefining how we deliver care and how we provide that care from centralized hospitals to remote areas and closer to patients and where they are, closer to their home. It's not about if someone is sick, let's take care of them. It's about preventing from sickness or reducing it. By 2028, our goal is to have these 10 million women scanned, and we are building something bigger. Our hope is to go outside the US and go to Middle East and India. My special gratitude to our partners, investors, funders, and my team that are making this journey possible. And it's not possible to do a hard thing that we are doing if it wasn't for the help of these people. My ask to you, the investors, the founders, the policymakers or technologies, is to invest in what's hard. Invest in build what matters and back technologies that expand access. Because Anita's story had a good ending, but the next billion Anitas deserve an easier beginning. Together, we can make access to breast cancer not a privilege, but also prove that innovation can widen the gap. We can show that impacting 1 billion lives isn't about the scale, but it's reimagining access, one person at a time, 1 billion times. Thank you.